Hey guys, what's going on? It's Arahan here, and welcome back to another weekly vlog episode. I decided to rename it from Wednesday Weekly Wrap-Ups to sort of like Agent Diaries, because I guess I'm an agent, and this is like the sort of video vlogging journey. Last week I put out a video after a while again, and talking about how a lot of things have been really shit over the last while, and a few people, like, this is something I've consistently heard, that nah bro, you gotta only put out positive messages. You should only be putting out stuff that makes you appear in a good light. That's all about perception. But one thing I have to do to stay true to myself in this scenario, and look, I heard this was one of the other things I've been battling with over the last few weeks and months and years, is that try to be your authentic self. How do you do that when you're constantly only showing one aspect of you? You can't. You just can't. And I need people to understand is that, look, you gotta go through shit tons, and like, unlike a Rocky montage, look, I love Rocky, and I heard this from a Chris Williams podcast, and that's why I'm gonna use this analogy as well. During the Rocky montage and things like that, you see him struggle, and you see him go through the shit, and you see him go through the struggles and the pain and the hurt, and all of that's great. That's like a 30-second clip. Whereas in reality, it could last way longer. It could last a day, it could last a week, it could last a month, it could last many months, it could be a year, many years sometimes. And it's an Alex Hormozy quote, not a Chris Williams. But still, how do you wrap that up? Like, the reason I've been doing these diaries and documenting the week by week journey for so many weeks, I'm actually going to get back to it and do it every single week consistently, back in action. Because sometimes it takes a while to be okay. There is nothing wrong with being transparent about it, because you can't be transparent or honest when it's convenient to you. You can't use it as a marketing. I'm not doing this for a marketing strategy. I'm not doing this for a angle of real estate to get you to, none of that shit. I'm documenting this journey because, look, it's helping me and I'm enjoying making the content. And there might be people out there who might watch this and go, you know what, I'm going through a shit time as well. And it does end eventually. It does get better. And but that's what I want you to show. Like, in reality, it could take a while. It could take a long time to be okay again. Just don't give up. Don't fight. Don't stop fighting. Just keep bouncing back. You've done it 100 times before and you can do it again. So this week's vlog is basically talking about how I've gone back into business mode and started working on different deals and putting different things together. Now I've been I actually went and approached a different brand and just to see what was out there. They made me a pretty good offer actually, and what they're offering me gives me an easy way out. Now, personally and mentally, I was in a lot of pain, and one of the things you should never do when you are in pain is make decisions that are big, because you're reacting from pain rather than perspective. And I'm glad I decided to take a step back. I'm still haven't broken the news to them. I will by the time this video comes out, that I won't be taking the offer, because I'd be doing them a disservice as well, because I'd be using them to leverage myself, but in a dishonest way, because it's an easy option for me. I have to, I'm sort of coming to that point where I have to actually see things through, regardless of what the pain might be. Just because it's getting uncomfortable, and this is the part of the entrepreneurial journey where I gotta keep reminding myself, this is where most people would quit. This is where most people would fall down. This is where most people would never come back to it. Now, I've gotten a second job. I've gone and, just to start bringing the cash flow back in. Look, I've been a hustler for so long. I know how to get it going again. But the other problem that occurs when you're a hustler is you constantly seek the hustle rather than doing and this is the difference. The hustle is where you're constantly chasing and doing more and more and more, and you're trying to make up for opportunity that you've given up because you've lacked the ability to suffer the grind. The grind is when your hustle becomes serious and it starts to hurt. before the big payout eventually. That's the grind. And a lot of people quit in the grind. They don't quit the hustle, they quit the grind. And the question is, do I want to be a hustler, or do I want to be a grinder, or do I want to be, not that kind of grinder? Do I want to be able to be someone who is able to bear the pain and push past it? And that's the question. And the answer is yes. Look, I've finally come to that point in my life where I'm not going to be running away from things just because they're getting difficult. I will find a way to push through and think creatively. Look, and this is the part of it as well. When you don't have clarity in your own mind, you struggle with, you feel hopeless because you feel like there's a lack of options. So hopelessness and sadness is feeling like there's a lack of options and lack of limited opportunity for what you can do. I don't have anxiety because anxiety is like, when you have too many options and you don't know which one to do. But I was feeling hopeless for so many weeks is because I felt like I had no options left. I was running out and the ground was running out from underneath me. And in reality, I just had to shift my perspective and go, look, this is what's not working, but let's look at what is working. Let's look at what is good in my life. Let's look at what is positive and how can I improve? This is an opportunity for massive growth, and honestly, I feel like I've done more growing the last 3 to 4 weeks because of everything I've been through. I think I'm evolving as a person, on a personal note, on an existential and a spiritual note, but also as a businessman and as a entrepreneur and as a father and as a husband. Like this. So many aspects of this that I feel like I've actually made so much progress in because I finally decided to admit where I was going wrong instead of just putting up a facade. So look, this vlogging journey, this Agent Diaries isn't about marketing. It's not about positive vibes and negative vibes or any of that. This is just Arahan talking to the camera, hopefully maybe connecting with somebody else out there. If you're going through a rough time, you're not alone. And that's the thing as well. I gotta remember, I'm not the only one who goes through shit. And put things into perspective. Are things actually that bad, or is there something that I can evolve from, and I can learn from, and I can grow from? The truth is, you can always grow from it, and just choose. Is the pain principle? Villains use pain. Villains are used by the pain. Heroes use pain to better the world. Both a hero and a villain, they both experience pain. But a villain goes, I was hurt by the world and now I'm going to hurt it back. Whereas a hero goes, I was hurt by the world, I will make sure nobody else gets hurt again. And that same sort of mindset is what you have to approach life with, is that do you want to be the hero of your story, or do you want to be the villain in your story? Do you want to be used by the pain and let it keep beating you down, or do you want to rise up and make sure you can get better and stronger and not be controlled by that anymore? So my message to you for this week is keep hustling, and then keep grinding, and just keep at it. It does get better eventually. Your mental sanity will come back. Honestly, the other thing, start eating better. Change up your food, change your diet, and start exercising. God, I think since I haven't missed a day at the gym in 4 weeks. 4 to 6 weeks. I've cleaned my diet up completely. I've had a ton of progress. If you are not following me on Instagram, go to my Instagram and you'll see the journey in weight loss and the physical change my body's been experiencing. And because of when the mind and the body start to reconnect, it's amazing what you are able to accomplish. So I've set up my goals. I'm going to be meeting with a couple of nurses this week, and hopefully if things go well, I'll have a big announcement to make on that front. And if not, I'll still keep going. I'll find a way to outwork it, outwill it, and that's all you can do. When things go bad, you have two choices. You can either cry about it or you can work it out. So I'm choosing to work it out, and I'm choosing to work harder to work myself out and keep busy, keep distracted, and keep going. So yeah, look, for those of you guys who have been watching it last week, I appreciate you guys whoever's reached out as well. It's amazing how many people care when you actually start to open up a bit more as well. So wish you guys all the best for the week ahead, and look, I'll see you guys in the next video that will come out this week. This week I'm going to be talking about, so last week's real estate video was all about house flips. Now this week's video I'll probably have to go through, I might talk about contracts. I'll talk about wholesaling, real estate wholesaling, and what that means, and what is contract flipping. So I talked about house flipping, now I'm going to talk about contract flipping in these videos. So such as options and things like that, real estate options and for sale options. So look out for that video this week. It's a very lucrative way to make money. You can make anywhere from $5,000 in a deal to a few $100,000 in a deal, and it depends on how things are structured and layered. But that video will come out this week. It's a very interesting topic. I've done a little bit of it. I haven't had too much exposure. I've probably done about 7 or 8 of these transactions in the last 2 years, because they're really hard to do in Australia. Like, they're very difficult to do in Australia. I know it might be different in the US and Canada and things like that, but they're hard to pull off in Australia. But they can. But again, it depends on what you focus on. If that was the only thing I was focusing on, I'd probably do a lot better. But I have had a bit of exposure in it. I definitely know a lot of people who've done it very successfully. And I'll talk about the guys, who've made a $400,000 or $500,000 return on it in about a 3-month period at times. So let's talk and let's make things happen. So, alright guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye for now.